Going on YouTube? Masex back with another video. Today we're going to be continuing the series of my top ranked positional players to their respective positions. We're looking at the cornerbacks today. So the draft has already commenced. At the time of this recording, we've had about 5 days or so to let everything sink in. I'm still going to continue the series because, hey, we still want to know who's the future of the NFL, some of the new faces, offensively and defensively. So the cornerback class as a whole is pretty deep. It's a really good class. I think it's the deepest it's been in a couple years. We got some ballers. We got some Rookie of the Year, Defensive Rookie of the Year candidates, I should say, that we're going to be talking about today. So we're just going to hop straight to it. If you like this video, definitely support the channel, like and subscribe. But other than that, let's get to it. All right, we're going to go ahead and get this started with my number 5 corner. That's Kelee Ringo out of Georgia, drafted round 3 with the 105th pick to the Eagles. Definitely his stock has dipped a lot in the last 6 to 8 months. At one point was the bona fide locked and loaded number 1 corner for this class for a lot of good reasons. He has the size and God-given talent, and honestly, in the entire DB room, he has the highest ceiling. 6'2", 207 pounds. He ran a 4.36, so at that size and that athleticism, put it together and get back on track to his original trajectory. I mean, he's bigger than most safeties. He has physicality that you'd expect from a DB his size. Jamming is definitely one of his strongest suits, getting up in the receiver's face, using those long arms, that strength. Natural ball skills. Had a lot of struggles his junior year. Honestly, we can look at a guy by the name of Marvin Harrison Jr. who contributed to the big drop in stock to Kelee Ringo. I mean, he was cooking him in the playoffs. I think Marvin Harrison had like 7-8 catches for 120 yards. Don't quote me on that. In the first half before he got hurt. I mean, he was cooking his ass, but Kelee Ringo nonetheless. I mean, he's got the skills, he's got the hands, can definitely be a special teams threat. I could see him as a kick return, punt return. He's got all the tools. Has a lot of mental lapse, a lot of errors, relies on his athleticism a lot, and kind of sleeps on his craft. But if he can stay disciplined, NFL coaching staffs work with him. Man, this dude is the real deal, or at least potentially could be the real deal. Alrighty, next up at number 4, my number 4 corner is Joey Porter Jr. Round 2, number 32 overall, Pittsburgh Steelers. Coming from Penn State, 6'2", 193. At one point was the number 1 corner in this class. His stock did dip a little bit. Slipped into the second round, like I said, the first pick of the second round, but nonetheless, he did expect to be a first-round pick at the very least, but has a lot of the skills and traits, obviously, with someone drafted so high that you want to see in a corner, someone that you think could be a cornerstone at that position for the next 5 to 8 years, let's say. The size, the athleticism, the awareness, really good mirroring receivers. I saw a lot of clutch plays. It's 3rd and 9. And you got to lock down, play man on man, and he's slapping that ball away. He's very aggressive. Sometimes can get him in trouble, a little grabby sometimes down the field. Of course, in the NFL, they're really strict with that. Can sometimes get a little out of place with his back pedal. Sometimes, nonetheless, really good ball skills. Is a willing hitter. You can go look at his highlights even. Just go to YouTube, and you'll see some plays. Very aggressive, not scared of contact. I like that, the combination of coverage and tackling at the cornerback position. Definitely when you think of Steelers football, you think of physicality and you think of high football IQ. Nonetheless, as we all know, most of you probably know, his father, Steelers legend Joey Porter Sr., one of the best defensive players in Steelers franchise history, so there's some sentimental value there. I think this is a great landing spot, and I think that he and Mike Tomlin and the defensive staffs are really going to get the most out of Joey Porter Jr. Or his dad will kick his ass probably. Number 3, my man, Emmanuel Forbes out of Mississippi State, drafted first round, 16 overall to the Commanders. My best friend actually is a Commanders fan. I'm sure he's really high on this pick. A lanky guy, 6'1", weighs 166 pounds. A lot of concerns about his size and how he'd hold up, but man, this dude, to me, is the most instinctive corner in this class. Very high awareness. I mean, there was a play against Kentucky. It was supposed to be a wide receiver screen. And, I mean, the read and react that he had, Will Levis threw the ball. I mean, zoop. Forbes just snatches it and just takes off and runs to the end zone. Speaking of the end zone, has 6 career pick sixes in college. So when he gets the ball, he knows what to do with it as well. He's looking to score. He's not satisfied with just causing a turnover. He wants to get 6 points for his squad. It kind of reminds me of Ed Reed. Ed Reed was a safety, but he was so dangerous, Ed Reed was, because not only was he the most instinctive DB probably in football history, but he was just as dangerous when the ball was in his hand and giving up 6 points on special teams or on defense. And Emmanuel Forbes gives me vibes to that. Great hands. I think he might have played receiver at some point. I never really seen him drop a ball. Ball skills, especially in traffic. With his size, you'd expect some struggle there with contact, but he's definitely not when it comes to in-traffic ball skills. He's a willing tackler, someone that height that's not even 170 pounds. He'll come up and he'll hit you. He's not afraid of contact. He's honestly my favorite corner in this draft. I can't put him over the top 2 guys right now. He's definitely number 3 as his floor, but he for sure can be the number 1 cornerback from this class 3-4 years from now. All right, my number 2 ranked corner for this draft class is none other than Devin Witherspoon out of Illinois. So this may shock some people. This guy was the number 5 overall pick. He was the first DB, not only just the corner, but the first DB off the board to Seattle. I'm sure they were ecstatic. That was their guy all along, the rumors say. Number 5 overall, 6 foot, 181 pounds, coming from Illinois. The hardest hitting corner in this draft class, hands down. I remember the first game of the season. Well, it technically wasn't the first game, but the first marquee matchup, it was Illinois versus Indiana. Sean Shivers, it was a swing route. And just the instincts and the aggression that Devin Witherspoon, who I did not know of at that time, just came and just destroyed him. You guys have probably seen that highlight reel. I mean, Sean Shivers' toes were pointing towards the ceiling. He's aggressive. And he's aggressive not only with contact in the run game or making plays, tackling, but he's also aggressive when the ball's in the air. Does not allow a lot of completions. QB rating when targeted was only 44, which was one of the best in the class. Ran a 4.45, so he has the athleticism. Like I said, he's 181 pounds, but he plays like he's a 211 pounds. A lot of potential. Was the 5th pick for a reason. Instinctive. I love a lot of his game. He's got an underdog story. Wasn't just the most highly touted guy coming into college, but he worked his way and he grinded. A bit of a one-year wonder, so that does kind of concern me a little bit. But nonetheless, I mean, I expect him to ball out for Pete Carroll. And my number 1 corner is Christian Gonzalez. So Christian Gonzalez out of Oregon, round 1, pick number 17 to the New England Patriots. I definitely feel he's ready to go right now. To me, has the highest floor of any corner in this class. I think he's a day 1 starter out the gate. He's in a system with Bill Belichick where Bill Belichick, his scheme and schematics makes a lot of average guys look Pro Bowl talented, essentially. A lot of guys, when they leave New England, for whatever reason, they don't really reciprocate the production that they made in Bill Belichick's season. And hell, that goes for coaches too. But anyways, back to Christian Gonzalez. Track star, speed, quickness. He's 6'1", 200 pounds. That's what you want to see, that size, athleticism combination. He's instinctive, 42-inch vertical. Good hands, good ball skills. When the ball's in the air, he can go up and get it like a receiver. Definitely has lapses. Back pedal can get a little sloppy. Generally speaking, he has a really good back pedal. Technique gets a little lazy from time to time. Overall, I think, like I said, highest floor. Definitely, I expect him to one day be a Pro Bowl / All-Pro type corner, especially being with the New England Patriots. Christian Gonzalez has everything you want, And that's why, in a summary, he's my #1 corner for this class. And I definitely can't wait to see him play. And I think he could definitely be a Defensive Rookie of the Year candidate. All right, there you have it. These are my top 5 cornerbacks for the 2023 NFL Draft class. We got some Rookie of the Year candidates, to me, in my opinion. I expect all 5 of these guys at some point in their rookie years to become starters. They all have the potential, and definitely they all have the ceiling to be more than just starters. I expect some Pro Bowls, some All-Pro selections from this class. It's that good, and I'm really excited for this upcoming season. I see some Defensive Rookie of the Year candidates as well. Kind of similar to Sauce Gardner winning it last year. I think another corner can win it this year, and I think it's one of these top 5. So if you haven't already, like and subscribe if you made it this far in the video. I definitely appreciate that. We're still on that mission to 1K. Back on the grind. We're going to continue this series looking at other positions as well. With all that said, hope you guys have a good one, and I'll see y'all in the next video.